Hello my fellow gamers and welcome once again to ColdSnap. This is my new Let's Play where I show you interesting new ways to create highways and roads in Cities Skylines. Now in the previous episode I had created these highways and road system, which is now just going to be expanded on and changed as a zone. I zoned up a few houses here and now we have a population of exactly 100 sims. Now I have brought in the power, which I'm going to create here from all these wind turbines, and this is where I'm going to create my water as well using the water towers. The drainage is going up here to create a nice outflow of poop, and over here I'm going to leave this area uninterrupted with water or sewage because I want here to have some nice attractions for tourists and I want to have an actual connection to the transportation system. Now let's keep zoning here and create some more interesting ways to get roads to not be what I used to create, and those were those huge and ugly grids which I was so fond of while building bedrock in the road to 1 million population. The hard mode, which is my other Let's Play in Cities Skylines, which you can watch, and I will link it up here on the right if you haven't watched it so far. It has 100 episodes, so take your time. Now, like I said, I'm going to start zoning here again, and I want to get out of that grid pattern that I usually use, so I'm just going to let the streets flow in something that I'm not going to even try to manage right now. I'm just going to make them, and then later on as a zone I'm going to see about what needs fixing just to make it more useful and operational. For example, this four-way intersection here is really ugly. I don't want that, so that is why I now see that may be an issue, and then I delete some of these roads, change them up. I might even use this tool, which I almost never use, and then create something totally different and new. For example, this way, and there goes the four-way intersection, and another three-way intersection comes in its place. Like I said, I do need to zone more. I'm not going to use high density right now, just low density. Then later on I'll see if I'll put some high density on some other places. Now over here I do have some ugly zones. Now this is what happens when you use these roads instead of the straight roads, but I'm not going to mind because I have a powerful tool to deal with this. If I click like this, and I can get rid of these zones that are really bad, and then just see by enabling them, are they going to change up a little bit? And wherever they change, I can get better zoning. So over here I can get some more houses, 3x3s. I'm not really going to use these really small ones, like the ones that are 2x4 or something like that. Those are kind of too small for my taste, so I'm going to keep building at least 3x4s. For residential areas. Now, as this residential area is going to take some time to grow, I'm going to add some low density commercial. What I like to do in my cities is mix commercial with residential, even though it does produce some noise pollution and creates a bit of traffic because of all the delivery vans delivering the goods to be sold here. I do like to have commercial areas that are close by to the residential areas because they provide work and those products to the people living here. Now, because this episode is pretty much devoted to building a new kind of a road system, I do actually need a place for all of these teams or these vehicles here that come in here to actually leave the city, and I haven't built those exit ramps at all. Now, because if you've seen in my previous episode, you know that all of these highways here on the right just bring in traffic, while the highways on the left are the ones that are going to be taking the traffic out. So I do actually need a way for the traffic to get out. But before I do enable that, I will need to extend this a little bit more so that I can actually connect the other highway to these roads. I will probably change these roads later on, but right now I do need at least one connection. And I am going to put it, I think I can put it on the right side coming into the highway, because the left lane I think should be busy with all the traffic that comes in from other directions. So that's one over there, another one over here. These two aren't gonna be very pretty as well, because like I said in the previous episode, while I'm on the downtime and not recording this Let's Play, I do some nitpicking around the city, making sure that curves are nice curves and not just two straight roads converging onto the same spot and then creating nasty places where the traffic slows down. And this is what I did between the first and the second episode, that I managed to make sure that some of these places are much nicer than they were in the first episode. Like I said, I'm going to try to make sure to not spend your time on trivial things and then just jump you to the more important bits. Now, I could use the European or the Western way for these buildings to look like. I think I'm gonna go with the European for the civil services. So, because I do seem to have some crime here, probably because they didn't have anywhere to work at and they were angry and had misplaced anger issues, I'm going to have to place a police station and probably some industry as well. Now, because of some of these areas have really bad zoning possibilities, I am going to find some spots that are not going to ruin any more zoning, but have them be places for the city services. Go coppers, do your thing, get these criminals under control. Now, because they might start a fire, that will require a fire station as well, and some health clinics, medical clinics to take care of the injured if a fire does manage to become a problem here. Let's see, over here somewhere. These two might change their positions as the city grow, so don't get attached to the previously set pattern. Now, okay, this will get power as soon as more is built, but I do need a place for industry. Now, if I look at the map here, I do see that I have lots of fertile land, and it's right here, so I can start making the industry over here. Now, like I said, because the roads are not going to be here forever as the city develops, roads will change, and this is the good side of playing in the sandbox mode. You can always do any changes that you want. You don't really have to worry about the money or any other problems. So did I just start making a grid again? I think that's pretty much in my DNA right now to just make grids. I really need to try and get away from grids. I know some of you might actually like grids and are going to hate the fact that I'm doing stuff that's not grid-like if you're used to my grids from the other Let's Play, but please stick with me. You might find it enjoyable to see a city with no grids as well. Now, I know I'm doing something strange here. I will explain my idea in a moment. That actually has to come out somewhere over here. And it has to be brought back with the connection here. Okay, so you can go here, but also one over here. And you're going to have an exit that can connect you to here. And you do need a connection over there as well. Well, you can just use the tunnel, use this way and get out there. So this is where the industry is going to be located. And I'm going to avoid the first few of these, and I'm going to start from here at the center of this. Well, it's a spiral. So this is going to be where the industry is going to be located. Some offices could be placed, but right now I want my workers in the industry. Whoops, I almost forgot a very important part. If I want this to actually be industry, I'm gonna need to actually make this an industry zone, and for them to be, where are you, farming industry, that has to be made like that. These buildings are probably not farms, so I'm going to blast them down so that the farms can be built right now. And then I might as well build a new section here, a new district. Now I'm going to leave it up to you what it's going to be called. Remember, it's a mix of commercial and low density residential, so pick a name that makes sense. Pine Square, really, it's not going to work for me, so name me, please. That's going to be its name for now, and I hope you're going to name it something cool. Now, garbage is going to be a problem here as well, and I can go over to the incinerators right away. And I do need to move that garbage away from the city. So let's use something like this. Let's do something interesting. It could go from here down under. So like this, and then back in again, just not at the same spot. And then have the incineration plant right here. It's going to require some water pipes because I don't think I have water pipes all the way down here. I think that hits it. Yep, nailed it. There we go. And then of course some schools, elementary schools, high schools, and so forth and so on. Considering the fact that this is all going to be residential, I could put it right there, smack in the middle. So school would be about here, and a high school. Sure, I could do that right now as well. I just think I need a new road for that. Let's see something from here. Nope, not that tool, this tool. A bit towards here, and then back. Oh, too much. I think you can do it. There we go. University, no, that would be too soon. You know, this is one of the reasons why I like grids, because this gets much easier with a grid, but there we go, it worked out. This is all covered by water. Deep power might be a problem right now, so I'll do it like this, in small sections, jump the cables through, and that should all be operational. Am I forgetting anything? I think I'm forgetting some parks. I think Bouncy Castle would be awesome. And then let's say something for the old folks to enjoy. A Japanese park here. And a nice outdoors place to take your pets up to over here. Medical, I have. No cemetery is necessary. Nobody is going to die anytime soon. It's a fresh new map. I don't think we need public transportation, and that would pretty much settle it for the folks. Have they built all the buildings? Yes, they have. And now I just need to add some more zones. Say some more residential over here. The commercial buildings have built up as much as they could. The industry should have been built. Oh, right, they lack power. I think they might lack, yeah, just power. All right, how do we fix this? I think we could easily fix it by doing this. They shouldn't mind having... Okay, I think I missed it a little bit with this. Let's try again. Yeah, there we go. I think they shouldn't mind too much that there's a windmill here. I mean, there are farms after all. But I'll keep an eye on that. And we could get more sims because I think I'm probably... Nope. Unemployed at 8%, but still lots more sims want to move in. I'm obviously making a very nice little town, even though it's called ColdSnap, so more people want to move in. Let's give them a chance for them to build more homes and places to move in. Now, like I said, I wanted to explain the point of this. I had this crazy idea that, I don't know, did I dream it? Or did I think it in the bathroom or something really weird? But here it is. The point here is that when the traffic is coming in, it's coming in from these two highways, from here and here. It's trying to get into the industry area here. Now, this is currently a two-way street, so my idea for the project might not be completely finished. It might actually have to go and become a one-way street. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work out, but we'll see during this or the next episode. And as this is built, I think if it is only a one-way street, then the buildings should be on only one side of it. I think I will have to do a lot of testing between this and the next episode about this idea, but something like this is definitely how it's going to look like. So the traffic is going to come in, take its cargo to the building that it needs to get to, and then go into this tunnel and get out once again, so it is able to get out of the city. So far, this is working out nicely. I think I should take a look though. Nope, not you. I need the other one. Okay, yeah, so this one, of course, is gonna be ugly because they have to stop so much. And that can be fixed really rather fast. There we go. That should be a better curve than it was before. Yeah, they're flowing much better now. And I think there's probably another place where something like this has to be done. Yeah, I thought as much. Alright, like I said, don't get attached to the road structure. It's gonna keep changing and evolving as the city evolves. So like this, actually this is gonna turn out a little bit weird if it goes into that direction. I think it actually should go onto this direction. Turn off from here, and then from here go up here Now I know some of these ideas are a bit crazy to try and even pull off in actual cities that you might have currently building. Because I have this much space to work with, I can do these crazy cities, but as my city grows, my space too is going to become smaller and smaller, and my ideas will have to be more refined to use the space available. But that is why I have you as my watchers to tell me what are the things that you're starting to like or hate about all these new designs. Weird how little industry demand there is, and just how high the demand for homes is. I'm going to keep filling this demand for homes, and I hope that sooner or later I'm going to start getting more demand. That would be a bad place for a home. Get more demand for industry so I can get that farming industry off the ground. Alright, so now we're up to 300 population, although population really isn't anything that I should care about too much in this city. I do have that project of a 1 million city to think about. Okay, what exactly? Let me guess. You're getting off of this highway, getting into my city, just to get onto this highway. I have a feeling that that's exactly what's happening. So how about I give you a way to do that before you mess up my town's traffic? Something like this, for example. And also from here to that exit, that would require a tunnel actually. How about from this point and then you exit there. Now, this is the part about this game that I don't like. There are some traffic things that you really don't know until you start playing, and you can't plan for them. Oops, that's the other way around. Like the fact that there is traffic that comes into your city just so it can leave it again through the other highway. So you have to find a way for that traffic to actually be able to exit your city before it even enters it. Here we go, finally some more industry demand. As more houses are built, more industry will be in demand. That's good news. And this huge traffic here should stop happening because they're going to have faster ways of getting out. And they're already using these tunnels. Let's see. I'm going to speed up. I know I play a speed 1 and you're probably getting annoyed over this, but I really like to play slow and steady and just figure out things along the way without having to pause the game. Because if I were to play at speed 3, I would have to often pause the game. I would rather not pause the game, just play the game at lower speed. So this is working out quite nicely. They're taking this shortcut to get out of here, and they should stop getting into my city just to get out of it once again. And that should be solved as the time passes. Here again we have a bad connection into this area. Well, I do need to pause the game when I'm redoing the roads just so that the traffic doesn't despawn, because it does that in this game. If you destroy a piece of road, all traffic that's wanted to travel through it will just despawn because they go like, okay, there's no way for us to get through here, or just teleport. And you could always turn off teleportation through this mod for traffic and just disable despawning. Which, I mean, I call it teleporting, but the game calls it despawning. Well, I think that's everything I wanted to do in this episode. I would like to thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more episodes. Of course, all your ideas and suggestions are always appreciated, and you can drop them in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video if you did like it, and subscribe if you're new to my channel.